in verse 32, he said, this Jesus has God raised up. He's still dealing with what? Resurrection. So he said, this Jesus is still alive. Look at the way Peter chose the word he used to describe Jesus. He could have said, that Jesus. But he's telling them, Jesus is ever living. He was. He is. He will continue to be. He said, this Jesus, the Jesus we are discussing, the Jesus that is alive, the Jesus that is inside us, the Jesus that have commissioned us, the Jesus on whom we stand to represent, the Jesus that have given us the Holy Ghost, baptism that have brought the confusion while they were mocking them, saying that they were drunkard. He said, this Jesus who is doing this thing now, who have brought this Holy Ghost now, this Jesus, look at it. He said, this Jesus has God raised up. He said, that prophecy that you heard about David, this Jesus, he is the one that is fitted, that we can see from generation to generation, ever from the time David said it till today. There was no prophet or in Israel or outside Israel that died and resurrected. But this Jesus has demonstrated he is a Messiah. He said God has raised him up. God has brought him from the grave. There is a message. There is something that this apostle was doing. He was trying to use the Old Testament prophecies to guide them to understand the person of Jesus. I repeat, he was trying to take them from the known to the unknown, to use the Old Testament word which they know. They knew the prophecy of David. Israel, they knew. They knew David to be a very sound prophet and a very righteous king. In short, they knew David to be a man after God's heart. So they knew people like Jeremiah. They knew people like Isaiah. The book of Isaiah and Jeremiah and the book of Psalms that David have written, all those things were there with them. Great father of faith, Apostle Peter, started educating them, reminding them of what they knew, even when they might have forgotten. So he drew their consciousness to it. He drew their spirit and soul to it, so that they will remember. And as Peter was saying it, they were, yes, it's true. Yes, it's true. That is why in the future you will see their response. Because Peter was able to open their eye to understand that that prophecy of Jesus, of David, has been fulfilled in the life of who? Jesus. But before Jesus came, there was nobody. And that's why Peter told them, even that David who prophesied, go and see his grave, you will see his bone. Go to Isaiah that spoke about his suffering, you will see his grave, you will see his bone. Go to Jeremiah that talk about Jesus, you will see his grave, you will see his bone. But go to the grave of Jesus, you will see empty tomb, you will see empty sepulchre. You will not see his bone, you will not see anything, because he resurrected. He has risen, he's alive. So he was trying to let them understand the accomplishment, the fulfillment of the prophecy of David, that Jesus Christ is the accomplishment. Jesus Christ is the fulfillment. That all that David spoke many years ago has come to pass in the person of Jesus. That is why he used that wonderful word, this Jesus that has resurrected, that God has risen, this Jesus now that is not in the grave, that is ever living, that have defied death and will never die. He's alive. This is alive. He's living. This Jesus is alive.